Hey, what's up, guys? So wanted to make a little video where Coach Gabe, I teach you guys how to properly peak and properly carb up, and I'm going to run you through two guys that I just did. My client Ben, where he took 5th place overall at his classic show, and Winston Ledger, where I peaked him to go to the Young LA 2 million party event, and I'll show you what I did with both of them. So first things first, do not try to peak yourself. Do not try to carb up if you're not already lean. Both of these guys are below sub 10% body fat. They're peeled to the bone. They're depleted. They've been going low carb, and then you get to carb them up, right? So just wanted to start off with that. Don't try and carb load yourself if you're not shredded, bro. Like, please. Okay, so first of all, carbohydrates are our primary source of fuel. It is our body's preferred fuel source. We need to give our body at least a little bit of carbohydrates when we're depleting, when we're cutting down. So I actually told this to Winston because he was going lower, but you want to be at least like 100 grams, guys. Like at least like 50 grams of carbs pre-workout, 50 grams of carbs post-workout to replenish your glycogen. Please, please, please do not go lower than 100 grams of carbs. 100 grams of carbs is nothing. As a bodybuilder, it's nothing, right? Like, you guys have to realize how much glycogen, like a bodybuilder, a guy that has muscle like Winston or Ben, like has in their muscles. Glycogen, by the way, guys, is carbs plus water being stored in your muscles. Glycogen, when your muscles are filled with glycogen, filled with carbs and water, that's what makes them look full. That's what makes them look round, and that is the carb up. The carb up is putting glycogen in your muscles, right? That's why you have to drink water with your carb up. That's why, I had Winston on 2 gallons of water a day. Ben was at 3 gallons of water a day at the beginning of his peak week. Like, you guys cannot cut water early. When you control your water is the day of the peak, right? When you've already achieved the look. But while you're carbing up, when I have these guys carb up for 2 days, they need to be drinking water. So first things first, with Winston, he was depleting himself. He was going low carb, low carb, low carb for the first, 4 days of the week, right? And then I had him, he was doing 100 grams of carbs, right? 50 grams pre, 50 grams post. Told him he needs to get in at least 100 grams of carbs. I think he was doing like almost like 40 or 60 for a couple days. So I had him do that, right? And then he wanted to be peaked for Friday, I believe, at the Young LA gym. And so on Wednesday, we slam 400 grams of carbs, right? 2 gallons of water. See how he looks on Thursday to determine if we're going to give him more or if we're going to give him like around the same, or maybe even a little less if he spilled over. Boom, his body sucked up those 400 grams of carbs. He didn't fill out a ton. We knew there was room for a lot of carbs the second day. So the second day I gave him like 450, so around the same, but a little bit more. And he ended up looking absolutely insane Friday. He was carved up perfectly, had him have a light, normal carb, normal meal Friday morning, have some caffeine for the natural diuretic, have him go on a little digestion walk and just control water, sip on water. We had achieved the look Friday and honestly just wanted to maintain it. And then, after slamming your body with 400 plus grams of carbs for 2 days, then you just maintain for that entire, peak day. I told him to eat around like 200 grams of carbs just to maintain, like a little bit of carbs every couple hours just to maintain the look. And then he went back to low carb, 100 grams, the rest of the weekend after that, because like I said, if you slam your body with carbs, peak it. If you keep slamming it, you're going to put on, fat and a calorie surplus. You're going to start holding water. You're going to spill over. So once you achieve your look, the days after, you got to go back to low carb. Otherwise, you're just going to be looking like a water buffalo. And then with Ben, so Ben was on pretty low calories, high cardio the end of prep. So I already knew that his body wasn't going to need a lot of carbs to respond, just because he already was on, such low carbs and hadn't had a refeed for a super long time. And that was just because, we saved a lot of work for the end and we were pushing hard, to bring that next level of stage level conditioning the last month. So he didn't get a refeed for a long time. So I knew his body would not be super sensitive to carbs, and I did not want to feed him too much. So actually his show is Saturday, right? So I started his 2-day peak Thursday and Friday. There's different ways to peak. Some people slam all their carbs the day before. It's called a backload. Some people start even earlier in the week and slowly taper up. I had Ben taper up a little bit, but then the main 2 carb up days, which is called a mid load, are the 2 days prior, Thursday and Friday. And so I started him off only on 300 grams just because from the amount of calories he was eating, it was going to be a big jump if I went more than 300 grams. So Wednesday, had him eat a little more than usual, you know, slowly tapering him up, getting his body de-stressed. We cut cardio, right? Because you want to cut cardio because your body's going to look its best de-stressed, and cardio stresses your body, guys. Let's just be real. So cut cardio. Wednesday, increases calories a little bit, right? Thursday, boom, first carb load day. Only 300 grams for Ben. And it proved my theory was right. His body wouldn't need a lot of carbs to respond. He looked great Friday morning. So we gave him 300 grams again until I saw his body. And what you want to do the night before, right? You're going to wake up lighter overnight, especially, you know, being on some natural diuretics like dandelion root. You're going to, you know, get some water weight out, wake up. You always wake up tighter and drier than the night before. So Friday, right, we give them 300 grams of carbs again, which isn't a lot, dude. Some people do like 800 grams of carbs in a day for a carb up, or like 1,000 grams of carbs, especially some of those big open bodybuilders, like 1,500 grams of carbs. It's crazy. And then so give them 300 grams of carbs. I had him do, you know, check-ins every couple hours, right? I think he did a total of like 4 check-ins Friday. And at the end of the check-in, I saw, you know, we could push it a little bit more because he was looking full, but we want to get him full and blurry so that he wakes up full and tight the morning after, right? So I gave him like 60, 70 more grams of carbs and ended him on the second day, Friday, with like 375 grams of carbs. So 300 grams of carbs and 375, not a lot for a peak. But like I said, he had been on such low carbs, I knew that this was the right thing to do for his body. And he went to bed a little blurry, right? Full and blurry, which is what you want. And then boom, Saturday morning, he wakes up full and tight. Boom, perfect. We just maintained that look. And I knew he needed a little bit more carbs, especially since the show was going on all day. So every hour and a half, right, he had a certain amount of rice cakes and peanut butter to eat just to maintain his look and give him carbs as the day went on, as he was using carbs to pump up and pose on stage. And then boom, I have a little secret exact measurement of salt, and I was able to use that plus some pump product, plus some fruit snacks to give Ben the best pump of his life and have him come in the fullest, the driest, and the leanest, specifically for open, the most important part of the show. And yeah, guys, that's just 2 examples of how to peak. Like I said, you guys have to realize that every single person is different and every single peak is going to be different. But yeah, that's kind of how you do it. That's kind of how you do a carb up. I like to take the 2-day approach as it is the safest, and honestly it's the best in my opinion. A mid-load, can't really go wrong with a mid-load. So that's all I have for you guys. The rest of the YouTube video is going to be the vlog from my client Ben's show in Pensacola. So enjoy those clips, see a little behind the scenes of a bodybuilding show. And yeah, guys, comment down below any questions. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, and follow me on Instagram, please. All right, guys, so I flew into Pensacola, Florida last night for my client's show. Got here super late, like 12 a.m. Knocked out right away. Had to be up early. We're here at the venue. He's got his tan on. He hasn't started pumping up yet. Time for debut. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Shoulder flies. Really?
71, 83, and 67. A little more.
How does the rice cake taste?
Still look good.
I know, bro. Food. Oh, dude, post show is gonna be so fun.
This is the best thing I've ever eaten.
Flounders. All right, we're carbing it up on rice cakes, peanut butter, and then some fruit snacks, some fruit juice. That's the go-to. And then the secret ingredient right here, boys. Can't even say it out loud. And then we got the pump product. Hit abs and thighs. Focus.
Can I push like stands?
Waiting for open. So open is the main division, right? That's where you go pro. That's against everybody. Getting the legs up, getting ready. Then we're just... Dude, you look best in open. Peaked you best for the open class, the most important one. You're looking dry right now, resting chest veins.
Five 6 p.m.
5:47 p.m. Show started at 10:30.
Shift in this John. We pulled a 12-hour shift in here.
It's crazy. Woke up at 4:30 and it's 5 p.m. and the show's still not done. I'm gonna need some caffeine.
I'm tired. I need a vodka Red Bull.
Peel, bro, peel. Woo!
Fourth place. Better number 60.
Oh yes!
Blazing shot.
Yeah!
I want copies.
Come on now. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Come on. Let's go. Woo! Show him something. Peak natties, bro. Bro, oh.
I was
Second
really,
place winner
I'm
is
actually really satisfied with my
better
open
number
place.
105,
place, boys.
Jaylene Gonzalez.
This one.
Getting washed by like almost pro level. Like these guys are big. These guys are big to be on gear, and they're natural.
Yeah. I got the... That's a wrap. You're off the hook. All right. It's Sunday. One day post show. How many pounds we up?
6
pounds.
6 pounds.
What did we eat last night? We
Key
went-
lime pie, chocolate cake, entire fat bowl of mac and cheese,
Nachos.
nachos.
What were those fried things
Hush
called?
puppies.
Hush puppies. Guys, I went off diet too. I had to. I'm up 3 pounds. Oops. 5th in open and then 4th in novice.
Yeah.
Beat out Michael Donato's client, so that was huge. I was really happy.
Like the guys I lost to, I felt good about losing to, and the guys I beat, I felt super good about beating. So it's like I was, out of everything, I was like super satisfied with where I placed.
I mean, it's first show too. You know, no one typically goes and wins their first show.
Crazy.
Some people burn through carbs and some people don't. That's just the way it goes. You know, everybody's different.
Also, we kind of pushed. I might have kind of pushed a little work towards the end. Like could have been more productive earlier in the prep, maybe.
Definitely something
And,
for the next
For
prep.
the next show, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he had a super good time. He was already saying he wants to compete again. Like I said, guys, it's way more fun than you guys think. Like, you get backstage and it's like, it's the best day ever. You guys have no idea. It's so rewarding when you put in.
Sportsmanship,
Yeah.
crazy. I made so many friends. I was just yapping.
So rewarding when you put in so much work just for one day, and then you finally have that day. It's the best day.
Yeah, and watching all the other people compete too, seeing all the time and passion that they put into it is just huge, because it's like the environment of everybody putting so much thought into like just that experience, and just pushing so hard is just like such a empowering feeling to be around all those guys that are really like pushing themselves.
I was super happy with the carb up. Literally don't think it could have gone any better. We peaked him perfectly for open class. He had resting chest veins. He had the best core of anybody there when he brought his obliques in. Like, he had a 1-inch gap in between his, literally at his ab bellies. It was crazy.
Oh yeah. Now I got an inch of water between my abs and my skin.
So, super happy with how the peak went, bro. Super, super happy. He looked nuts. I'll do a big show day post and let you guys see how peeled he was. But yeah, overall, super fun experience here in Pensacola. Flew across the country for the show. It was super fun. I think the next show I'll be doing is actually in New Jersey. So stay tuned for that. So that should be a fun trip as well.
Hoorah! First competition done.
We're at the airport now, guys. I'm about to head home to the heat.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing it again.
Hell yeah.